So I want to go over some quotes that Aaron Rodgers had to say after yesterday's loss to the Giants, giving his thoughts on this offense and sort of how he sees them right now. So first off, he was asked by a reporter, how do you feel about the team after the first 5 games compared to your other teams in the past? Rodgers said, I'd feel better at 4-1 for sure. We got to handle adversity a little better. We're a little bit of a roller coaster team at times. Our best teams have been a little bit more steady, so we got to find that rhythm and that steadiness. And that is one thing that I think you can notice from this Packers defense at times as well, is just the up and downs for the Packers offense especially. We saw it last week. The Packers in the first half didn't play well whatsoever. The second half they come in, pick things up, play well, come out, get the victory against the Patriots. But then this week, the first half looks really good, put up 20 points, a couple touchdowns. Then the second half come in and we're completely shut down by the Giants defense in the second half. The Packers defense had to spend a lot of time out there on the field, and the Packers offense, of course, just couldn't really get anything going in the second half. And I do think one reason, like when we look at this Packers team, the foundation right now is this Packers running game. We've seen just how successful Aaron Jones has been with the ball in his hands. Currently, he is the best running back in the NFL when you look at yards per carry at 6.4. We have Nick Chubb at 6.1, and Saquon Barkley, who's been dominating, is at 5.5. So Aaron Jones is almost averaging an entire full extra yard per play when you compare him to Saquon Barkley. But of course, Barkley has a lot more attempts than Aaron Jones has. And so there is lots of debate right now. Should the Packers focus more on the running game, which I think after this past game, when you look at the second half, when they did abandon the run at times, when they had their second drive of the second half, they come in 3 straight passes, 3 straight incompletions. One of them sort of a drop by Randall Cobb. Maybe the ball was a little high, but that could have changed things. But clearly, the Packers, I think, should rely more on the run in situations like that where, when Aaron Jones is getting 6 yards per carry, we just got to get the ball in his hands even more. And I think I saw a quote from Matt LaFleur today that said that those guys need to get more carries. And we've seen this team, one of the first weeks, they didn't get as many carries. LaFleur says we got to get the ball to them more. The next game they come in, get tons of yards. And so I feel like Matt LaFleur may be more cognizant about trying to get these guys going more. The thing is, when Rodgers is running a run-pass option, a lot of times he could be checking out of the run and choosing the pass instead just because of the front or the look that the defense is giving him. And then here's what Rodgers says is the biggest issue right now for the Packers offense. He says this, the biggest issue, and it's again, I wish I had the perfect answer or explanation of this, but we haven't played consistent football in all 3 phases. And the margin of error for us in winning is small. So we have to make those plays, especially when you are playing against a good football team, and the Giants are a good football team. They are 4-1. In all the games the Packers have had this year, most of them, if not all of them, maybe I guess the Bears game wasn't quite as close. These games have been really close. We barely beat Bailey Zappi in overtime, 27-24. We barely pull off the victory against the Buccaneers without the 3 receivers, 14-12. And a win is a win, and I will always celebrate a win for the Packers. But as Rodgers said, this team has had a lot, smaller margin of error in these games. Like it comes down to a few different plays, and clearly we hopefully can get to a place later this season where things aren't so close all the time. Hopefully we can get things moving on offense and defense. There's definitely lots of things to pick up, and I think Rodgers clearly wants to see some more consistency from this offense, because if we want to be one of the best teams in the league, if we want to have a chance here at the end of the season, coming into the playoffs to really be a contender, we can't just disappear for an entire half, which the Packers have done, the past 2 games especially. So hopefully they figure out exactly what the issue is. Maybe that's, rely on the run consistently, and maybe that'll solve the problem. We'll see, but I'm curious to see what the Packers do coming in here Sunday against the Jets. It should be a good game. The Jets just put up 40 points, so hopefully this Packers team can get things together after this loss in London and get going forward for the rest of the season. But that is all I have for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to subscribe if you have yet to subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss any Packers news, and I'll see you guys next time.